Stream, yes. Technically, that should be live on Twitch. I don't know. Oh, let's open up a Twitch and we'll put a small little monitor on the side. Let's do tavern. Oh my. Need that microphone on. And over here, that microphone is on. Countdown, desktop audio is there too. All right, and then end stream. That'll
Yeah. Okay. Did I watch? Yes, but I didn't really follow it. Okay. Let me see if it works. We're not counting this roll. I just want to know. My heart's not in it. I'm not sure what happened. Why there's so many dice rolls. No, I'm in relics of war. I'm moving over to plot point. Sure. Give me 5 seconds. Okay. Hi. Okay. There we go. So then how do I know what rolls are my rolls? Oh. Okay. I got you. There we go. Okay. Yep. Sounds good. What Twitch stream are you on? Okay. plot points.
Come to me. You cannot resist me. I know you want to.
Fun.
And there's my volume. That's why I was like, what the heck is going on? That was kind of weird and wonderful all at the same time. Hey, how you doing, everybody? Welcome to the Plot Points Show. Well, this is our, well, the players have already kind of named it for us. A Cold War in Hell is going to be this show. We meet every Thursday night at 7 p.m. CST for this show. I'm your Dungeon Master, Legend and Song, real name Sean. Feel free to call me either one in the chat. I'm good with it. But tonight, you're seeing a little bit different screen. You're seeing a little bit different overlay. And it's all for the simple reason that the last time we gathered, we were not able to have everyone together. Life has circumstances. But in the idea of grace, we try to meet everybody right where they are. So tonight, I'm bringing to you KitiDough. Oh, and I don't know why her name's not on the picture. I apologize, everybody. This is one of my earlier ones, and I screwed up. I had our names underneath it on later ones. So, KitiDough is here with us tonight, and we are going to be doing her Session 0, even though we already did Session 0 for everybody else. And in truth, if you're going to try and be a Dungeon Master or you're a player at somebody's table, whenever you need a Session 0, ask your Dungeon Master. Because sometimes you might be at Session 30, and we just need to kind of recap and talk about direction and gameplay and expectations at the table. You're never too late to have your first or your 40th Session 0. That being said, our team of players last time wanted to talk a little bit about the characters, and you haven't had a chance to really meet and hear from Kitty, so I'm going to turn it over to her. KitiDough, would you do us the honor and tell us, I should look up like this. KitiDough, would you tell us all a little bit about yourself, what you're doing, as well as Huxley, your character?
Sure. Here's, I'm gonna have to zoom into the camera. Here we go. Here's a little Huxley.
Oh, it is. It's perfect focuses.
We got some
freckles.
Other images of the Huxley here. Huxley is going to be the resident cleric. I would describe him as a Cinnabon, but he's got some anger problems, so there's that. He's wisdom based naturally. I mean, he's a cleric, but he's also going for strength based. He's not the brightest crayon in the box, but he makes up for that by being very loving and overprotective.
I like
Maybe
this.
like talking backstory, or just like leaving it at like character personality.
Wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about, if you're willing to share now, it can always come out on camera, but can you tell us a little bit about what you think Huxley's expectations are in the world? I know I'm still putting all the backgrounds together, and truly what we do tonight as we roll up the character might change that. For those that watched the other session, you might have seen the Monty Hall effect of a certain little deck that joined our character creation, of which we'll be doing again tonight in just a little bit. But that character,
Sure.
if you would.
Huxley,
Thanks.
he might be a Cinnabon. He is also hell-bent on revenge. So he's like a tiny dog, but don't push him wrong.
Oh, okay. I like that. Actually sounds really kind of exciting to me. Don't push Huxley. I'm going to have to like train my MCCs to remember this, I think.
Train them to remember, push Huxley, see what happens.
It will be explosive, is that it?
Well, he's got an addictive personality. He's gone through his fair share of addictions, and he's got some anger problems when it comes to being overprotective and other stuff. So, he tries to be very nice. He's very loving. He's just maybe like, somebody offers him drugs one too many times, and he's really trying to quit the habit. He might get a little pushy back.
Whoops. I did that. There we go.
Did what?
I did something special. You're probably not noticing on your end. But I noticed that because we always have the chat, and right now we have Rain that came in to visit with us. By the way, howdy, Rain. Thanks for joining us today. And I, as a DM, don't always get a chance to watch the Twitch chat, so I rely on the players. But somebody had made a comment in our Discord. They said, boy, could you add that into the streams when you put them on YouTube? And we explored a lot of ways of doing this, and we're always trying to be conscious about where we're investing our time. We want to give a great show. And we said, it's really kind of a live thing. And while it can be done, we're not sure it's really an effective use. And then I made, as you can see, some overlays for today, just for this session alone. And I went, I got this big gap right in the middle. What the heck? I can sit there and use that right now. So I put the Twitch chat for this show alone in the middle of our stream. So it'll be on the recording and whatnot. And yeah, it's a little different. So, all right. So same. Any questions from the chat about Huxley? Now, remember, when you ask the question, don't piss Huxley off.
He has very few buttons, but the buttons you do push are easily pushed, and he got the most stable of clerics.
So he's not the... Would Huxley be described more as like the crusading clerics of you all deserve to die and things like that? Or
no, Huxley is very loving. He wants better for people, but he has his own problems, and when they come out, or when other people try to push them out, he becomes very defensive.
Wow. Well, I try, unlike Huxley, not to be defensive. Rain just mentioned in chat, thanks for the overlays, and it truly was our pleasure, to be honest with you, Rain. We try to take in all the questions, and where we can do it, we do our best. At least we try to. And we told everybody at the start, we're like, it's a growth thing. So what you see today isn't what the stream will be tomorrow. Hopefully it gets better. Hopefully our lives get better. Hopefully our characters survive so that they can get better too. But if they die along the way, we just get a new one. That's the beauty of a character. Same way with our overlays. If we don't like it today, we get something different for tomorrow. And unfortunately, the overlay that you see, I did not make for 5 people. So this is kind of like whenever I have to do just 2 people, I'll probably do something like this or change it up. We'll see. Biggest pet peeve is the question right now for you, KitiDough. What is Huxley's biggest pet peeve?
Huxley's biggest pet peeve is probably going to be when his friends don't listen to his advice. It sounds a little weird, but he comes from an area where not a lot of people listened to what he had to say. He was trying to help them, and there was a lack of communication and dissonance. So if he truly believes somebody is like hurting themselves, and he tries to help point them in the right direction and they don't listen, he might get angry. That would be the thing to push him.
That does help to know that. That does help. Oh, very good. You'll see on the right-hand side of your screen, everybody, that that's the Roll20 chat where it just says story guide. We were doing a lot of practices. What's that? I'm below you. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah,
it's below me.
Yep.
Ways.
It's always fun to do that. It's like, oh my gosh, which way do I have to look? Now, this layout is kind of easy. I just have to look up for you or you have to look down. But yeah, whenever I want to point to something, I'm always like, look the opposite way. Like, I want to look at the roll. Oh, look at that. And I'm looking totally away from everything. But it looks really cool. Yeah, we both did it. We got to practice stuff like that during the show. Oh, Ray said he likes your pet peeve for Huxley. I do too. And I think... I will have to mark this down because I don't have it up on these, but that just earned an inspiration for the pool. So I'm going to write that down right here on my little sketchy notepad. Boom, boom. And we're going to put Cold War, Inspiration, and we're going to hit 1, add it in for, and this is Rain tonight, so Rain. Perfect. Now, last time I gave the option to the chat to decide, and I just kind of went into your background this time. But unless there's any other questions, I would love to kind of do some rolling dice, because I think chat really enjoyed the Monty Hall aspect. And I don't know that KitiDough actually watched thoroughly to know what happened last session. So as much as it was a surprise to our players, it might be to her too. I don't know. So what do you think, chat? Should we get right into this? Oh, the stream is frozen up. I just looked over and I'm like, yeah. I was like, that was weird. Because normally we don't have any internet issues. But it says it's running at 720p. It just flashed at me. So shouldn't be an issue. I try to run 1080 and stuff, but hey. All right. If you do pop up with a question, Rainer, yep, it was really exciting to see the glory and the pain of the rolls. Yeah. I like the fact that Rain didn't say what happened, because we wouldn't want to influence our poor KitiDough, and he's a Cinnabon. He might get angry and feel the need to avenge somebody, and then we're all without a DM as I die. I don't want to die. Don't kill me.
Careful if Huxley ever gets a ability to perceive his own characterness, and that there's a bigger picture here than that is just his world.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm really looking forward to this. Okay, so to no further ado, yeah, I just had to get myself. I'm sorry, I was distracted a little bit. I watched the outgoing and I was surprised because our kilobit ratio dropped there for a little bit, and I can't figure out why it's doing that. Chat, if it's freezing up, could you let us know? I don't know why it would. I know we streamed really well the other night and none of our settings have changed. But if something, I'm looking over at my other monitor and it's saying that it's freezing up, and I just don't know quite why. I don't know if it's because I'm watching the Twitch at the same time or what, but it definitely, I think we're freezing up a little bit. Oh, that makes me sad. That makes me sad, especially considering I can't do anything about it right now. All right, let's go into some rolls for KitiDough. KitiDough, how I'd like you to do this is one roll at a time. Now, the players, the entire team, were gifted, because I'm such a benevolent and loving DM. I actually do love my characters, but I like to pretend I don't. The players in my group, I gave them 3 rerolls. Now, that wasn't 3 rerolls apiece. That was 3 rerolls for all 5 of you. So that meant that once it was used, it was gone.
Have they all been gone?
No.
Am I on my own?
They left you with 1. So, you don't get to roll all 6 dice. You have to decide as you go. Which means, of course, you might use it on a 12 or a 13 and then get a 5 later on. Now, so saying, I did warn them in advance that you do not have to roll. You may choose to do point buy. Here's the really neat thing. I'll let you do both. You may roll right now, and at the inexpensive price of having to, at the end, lower 1 stat by 1 point. If you didn't like your rolls, you could then choose point buy and just lower a stat by 1 point. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So, the invitation is yours to roll, or to just do point buy. Which would you rather do?
Which one would, what is that, Rain? Which one would Rain rather see?
I think his comment of, yep, just embrace the chaos is about the size of it.
So then I will be rolling.
Okay. If you would, give us your first roll, and you can put these wherever you would like later on. 14. Now, for those that are watching, because it's not showing it, where is my roll 20? Here it is. So you can see what we're doing is the standard roll 4 dice, drop the lowest. We're using a macro to do that. So I don't think you can actually see it. I'm going to have to adjust this here so that you can see it. One moment. No, that's not what I want. Because I'm highlighting it on the screen, but it's not showing it to you. And I want all our lovely, lovely people watching to be able to see it. All right, so now I think, it's still too high. I gotta show you part of my chat box just as the way it is. Oh, actually, I wouldn't if I did it this way. See, this is what happens when you learn on the fly. You try an idea, you say, that didn't work out, and then you try something new. So what I can do is to show you her stats, I can do this, and then I can highlight it like that. So see, that's for our viewers. You can actually see that we are using a roll 4, drop the lowest. And that just makes it easy. So congratulations, it's a 14. The question is, would you like to re-roll it and try for higher?
No, I like a 14. 14's nice. Nice and rounded.
It's also a +2 ability. I mean, it's like, yeah, how do you go wrong with that, you know? My gosh. Yeah, I wouldn't re-roll that for anything. But, you know, hey, I got to make the offer. Okay, let's have you roll again. And then... So, our second roll, the equivalent of a +1. Twice in a row, I think you just dropped a 1, didn't you? You did. Look at that. Twice in a row, you got off by dropping a 1. Nice. So, a +2 and a +1. But that is less than the +2. Would you like to re-roll it?
I know, I'm happy with it.
Okay, we'll listen to the cleric. If you would, give us your third roll. Are you kidding me? Look at that. You're just going down by 2s. This could bode very badly for your last roll. In this one, we see that KitiDough once again dropped a 1, but she's average now. This roll would get you a +0. Now, if you were to roll the next 3 dice high, you would have wasted a reroll. So my question to you is, do you want to re-roll that now? Just to, you know...
See, but here's the thing, is what if the next 3 rolls I have are high, I bump off this roll, and then the final row I have is super low.
It's true, we only get 3 left, so it would be 2 and 1, but I get what you're saying, and you're right. So, alright, if you're passing, we'll let it pass. I don't know, chat, any advice?
I gotta save it for if I get a negative.
Rain's like, go negative! Wait, can you do that? In this game, we can. I don't know how. I have no idea how.
Do you have the 2-to-1 trade ratio?
No. No. That was one game only. What you're rolling is what you're gonna get. We do have something else that might adjust you coming up, but we'll get there yet. We're not talking about what's behind that curtain. Rain knows. We have something that can adjust your scores, but it's not you buying down and up.
Okay. Ready?
Oh, wait. You know what? I just realized something. Rain has been chatting this whole time, but I'm grabbing the wrong part of the screen. So, one moment, please, while I fix this for
Certainly.
Our dear Rain. Where is my mouse gone to? I've got 5 monitors around me. There it is. Okay. I wondered why he got kind of quiet. I was like, look at all this. He's been, like, chatting away. And he had actually really good advice for you. He was telling you to save it, too. There you go.
What do you think, Rain? We save the 10?
Yeah, he said save it. So, and he's like, +2 can never go wrong. 14 is nice. Wow. Yeah, he's on it. Yeah. I think he was laughing at me trying to sell you on re-rolling. Rain, be nice. I have to try. Okay. So you got 14, 12, 10, +2, +1, +0. Let's see if you made the right choice. Will this be higher or lower?
All right, let's see how the dice roll.
Oh, you chose wisely. You have now another +2, almost a +3. But in true KitiDough fashion, it appears you have once again escaped the 1. Now it is
I'm really good at rolling 1-1.
You know, and it's interesting you should say that, because on our last session 0 where we were rolling up, we had the full spectrum. Full. We went all the way from the highest to highs to the lowest to lows. You're staying right in that sweet zone. No negatives.
Which is a shame, because I wanted Huxley to have an outrageously low intelligence. So
remember, you said that.
We'll see how things play out, because that's the point, Pisces. That's what I love about it. I can push my stats to different extremes and dump some stats.
Well, I do want to say this. If you are unhappy with stats that are all positive, you may choose to point by when this is all done and be forced to lower one stat by 1.
That is true.
So, if you would like to
and I
tank
have
Huxley,
to point by if everything's too high.
I think that will be a first that I've ever seen. And the chat will probably be like, are you insane? Especially for one of our players who was not, shall we say, lucky. But again, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's see stat number 5 for KitiDough. And it is a 12. Once again, a +1. Wow. And let's see, did you do it? No, this time you dropped a 3. That I find very interesting. Now,
Had to break the mold, you know. I can't be too predictable here.
where is it? Oh, is that why? I got it. Hold on one second, chat. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. Ignore. What is that? You saw nothing, chat.
What did I see?
No, chat. I forgot I wasn't in.
Over to chat. I could be over in chat.
It's
what
too late.
happened?
It's already gone. What happened was I couldn't figure out why I did not have the names because I remembered making everybody's names, and then I realized in OBS I did not copy them from one screen to the other was what happened. So I had put names in there for the chat, but I just didn't put them on the window we were. So now I'm putting them in. And so if, sadly, chat has to wait for a slow DM for a moment while I do this. Because everybody wants to see the pretty stuff. And then we hit transition like that. Boom! And now we got names, which is what I had originally planned. So now it says Huxley at KitiDough and DM Sean at LegendAndSong. Boom. And that's it. I love Rain Rain. He's like, my eyes are closed. He saw nothing, so he's not telling you. Rain. You know what? You're giving them another. We're gonna bump that up from a 1 to a 2 here. So now that's a 2 for Rain. Rain has earned 2 inspiration to add to the pool. I think they got up to like 6 or 7 by the time the show was done. The chat was just monstrously helpful. They were awesome. I don't know. I'm kind of weeping inside for KitiDough, and I'm thinking maybe I should just make a DM call and make her lower a stat because she really wants a low stat, and I know people watching this would really like to give her everything she desires. But I'm not that DM, so I'm just going to ask you with... Well, I do have to ask the question. It is a 12. Would you like to re-roll that stat now?
No.
But what if the next roll was an 18?
I'll find out when I roll.
You know, they don't carry over anywhere. You can't use it. I mean...
What if the next roll's a 3? Do I have to take the 3 then?
Yes. Which is the whole idea. Very good. Let's see your final roll for Huxley. And it is a 13. Would you like to re-roll that? Now, here's the conundrum, of course. You're in that middle zone. There's a long way. There's 5 points above, but there's 12 points below. Do you want to be gifted this one re-roll?
I mean, here, let's think this through. I don't mind if I have a dump stat. So, like, let's say it's a terrible roll. That's fine by me. And it's not like I'm holding any other player back at this point from, like, losing the reroll. The reroll doesn't come into the game at all, does it?
Nope, not at all. It's at the end of these rolls, it's gone.
This reroll is like do or die time. I think I have to do the reroll for posterity.
Okay.
All right, we ready?
We are ready.
I am descending down to the enter button.
A 13, just the same. Wow. 652 and 652, literally the same dice. You dropped the 1 on them both, literally the same dice. This is like fated meant to be. So the real question, of course, right now is, you have this really crappy character that's got nothing but pluses, and I know how much that disappoints you.
It kind of does. It's as sad as it kind of does.
Would you rather go to point buy right now?
I'd rather go
Well, chat.
Alex can't suffer alone. Alex can't suffer alone.
Alex the Suffering? You did watch.
No, it says Alex had a different fate. Rain said that.
Oh yeah, Alex.
See, I'm just paying attention to chat. Rain is telling me they're dishing it out for me. It's fine.
Well, welcome to, I think I'm saying it right, Das Notic? I'm thinking like hypnotic, and I'm thinking German Das, so maybe it's Das Notic. They'll tell me if I'm right or wrong. Hype. Yes, thank you for that hype. Woo! I'll trade her. Oh, the Notic. Oh, the Naughty-ock. Or the Notlock. Wait. I gotta get my eyes closer. Notloc. Not lock. So, okay. The Notlock. Well, we're not locked up. Okay, I don't want to be locked up, so.
I think
All
it's
right.
calculated to do point buy-in, though.
You know. Oh, it's Malefor. That's why. It's me, Malefor. The player. That's your other player. Colton.
Hi!
It's Colton, the player, yes.
Hi!
I didn't recognize DOS Notlock. I should have gotten the DOS, though, because he used that on the other one. Well, welcome, Malefor. I'm sure you would have loved that reroll. And you know, since we have another player here, Rain, do you think I should make an offer? We're going to leave this in Rain's hands. The players are not allowed to influence Rain.
Play some Jeopardy music while we wait.
Oh, where is my Sirenscape? I know we've all got that nice, the chat can hear it. But I don't have it for us to hear because I didn't hook it up. So let's see, where is it? Let's go this route. Ready? Yeah, that wasn't the sound that I wanted. And now she's laughing at me. Whatever. I was trying to be all, I like offers and chaos. So Rain says I need to make you an offer. Rain, if you think I need to make offers, you just need to chime in. All right. What kind of offer we can do? We have two players here. Malefor, to give you a little 411, suffered. We're not going to say exactly how. But Malefor got some true suffering. And in fact, Malefor is the dumbest player in our group.
Character?
Oh, player character. I'm sorry. Yes, I meant character. No, not player. No,
It's fine.
Thank you.
We're so sorry. You're the slow one of our player group.
No, I was referring. Malefor is the PC, so he is the dumbest character. Colton is the player. So Malefor got the dumbest intelligence in the group. So just is what it is through a series of events that we're not going into. So here's my deal that I'm thinking. I have to make this incredibly interesting. Would you be willing, you and Malefor both, I guess you both have to be in on this. Malefor may re-roll his intelligence. You get stuck not knowing what his intelligence is other than it's bad.
But that becomes my intelligence?
That becomes, well, yeah, this is not just the deal. You gotta wait till it's done. There's a price for this. I will allow this switch, and you get to keep all your other good stats. And I will even sweeten it by taking away your 10, your lowest stat. Your 10 will become his low stat, which is lower than a 10. He, in turn, will be allowed to re-roll, but the price for this deal... is twofold. He has to give... Oh, no. I'm not going to make him give up that magic item. No. He earned that. That was his. That's his. The price for this deal...
He's like, I'll give the magic item.
No.
He doesn't want the dump stat so bad.
What's the price for this deal? It's got to be severe.
Is it a 3? I hope it's a 3.
I'm not telling you what it is. It's Oh, I gotta think of a really pricey for this deal because I know Malifor really benefits for this, and Malifor would just be delighted it gives you what you want. So the price has got to be high.
No, I hate it. I hate it.
The cost is one character right now, one player, one character. I am allowed to take away numerous numerous crits. When they get crit, I get to go, bam, it's gone. You and he must each allow me to bank 5 crit takeaways. That means it might be the middle of battle. It might be death saving roll. I rolled a crit. I decide when and where. I just put a little 5 next to your faces and be like, oh yeah, this is a severe time. In fact, I will allow chat to influence it by encouraging me on when to take them away. Now, I won't allow chat to be like, oh, look, this roll didn't matter. You know, I mean, come on. We're not tanking these things. They got to be real. But I will even allow chat to influence it. So the question is, now Colton has to put in chat, would he agree to that? And you have to tell us, would you agree to it?
Now, is this 5 us shared?
No, it's 5 each. 5 next to each of your picture. So in other words, for you to get the stat you want, you've got to give me 5 takeaways. And for Colton to get a reroll, and he might roll just as badly this time. He might roll the same number. He would have to get 5 takeaways. Now, Colton, I hope Malifor is logged into Roll20 because if you both agree to this deal, you're going to have to roll a stat. It popped right up. Hi. He's like, I'm here. He just popped into Roll20. He's like, yep. Oh, I'm already. I'm not sure he really needs to say, I want this deal, because I think everything he's saying does it.
Hey, look. If Colton wants the deal, I will take the 5 penalty, and I will take his maybe 3 in intelligence.
It could only be a 7, but it's worse than a 10.
The better. I don't know what you're talking about.
Colton, are you down with this? Are you willing to take 5 takeaways where the DM says, you just had this epic roll. You're about to kill the boss. Reroll the dice. Oh, if I was really thinking, I should have made them automatic crit fails.
5
No.
for each of us.
No. Just 5 for the 2 of you in the deal. 5 for Kitty. 5 for you, Colton.
That's a total of 10. 10 crits.
10 crits that go away. But sadly, they don't become crit fails. I should have gone for crit fails. Darn it, I didn't think of that one in advance.
We just get to re-roll, is that?
Yep.
Or it's
yeah.
Just kind of critical?
It's a re-roll.
Okay.
So you might roll a crit again.
That's true.
It would count.
He says he would do it.
Okay, then consider it done. I'm going to ask Colton, before he reveals to you what you've earned, I'm going to ask Colton to roll in the chat so that we all can see what that's all about. Do it. Do it. Do it. We're waiting.
We gotta wait for that 20-second replay for him to hear that he can.
Well, I can see right on Roll20. Oh, so Colton went super high. He dropped a 4. He went all the way up to a 14. Colton, why don't you tell KitiDough what she's earned? Okay, all of you can stop making your...
Intelligence, are we allowing 1? How dumb is dumb? Do I know how to breathe?
There you go. It's up, KitiDough.
It's up? Oh, is it over in the...
Yeah, Twitch.
A 4! Woo, woo!
It's as close as you are going to get. Now, so saying, you got this awesome character who's really, really dumb.
That's
would you like...
okay.
Now, you're still stuck with the 5 penalty either way, but would you rather go to point buy?
I did want a lower stat in dexterity.
But you'd be giving up the dump stat.
I know, but I want 2 dump stats.
Well, let me offer you this. I have a way, after all these rolls, to work some magic, but it requires your help.
Okay.
And you know what? It's going to bring in an element of chance, shall we say. I say this because Colton just recently he partook of this element of chance. And he was pretty banged up by it. And that's actually how his intelligence got so low. He decided to mess with a certain sacred little artifact that you might recognize on the screen right now. This is not just a deck of many things. This is a deck of character creation. This is a deck of ultimate creation or deconstruction. Now, the party went through and they wiped out quite a few cards. I mean, there were some bad ones in there. Bad things happened and good things happened too. As a result, all those cards that you see are gone from the deck. Put those right over there. But these cards, all these cards, good and bad, these are still available. And don't they just look so tempting and old? And they've been through a lot of years and a lot of decades and a lot of campaigns. But now, these cards are in front of you. These cards are available to you. So, this is all about chance. Would you like to take a card from here? And I would shuffle them up, and we would be able to, like, at any time, you could say that top card is the one that you want, and I would be obliged to flip it, and you don't know exactly what's there, and I know it can feel just so tempting to be like, that's the card I want.
You're on a delay from me. Like, if I have to, like, look at the chat screen, so the card that I choose will be 20 seconds too late.
Well, actually, oh, yeah, you're right. I don't have it in front of the Zoom. So I'll tell you what. What I'll do is, right now, they're all looking on that delay. I will take the card, and then I will hold it in front of this.
Okay.
So when you see it on Zoom, and then I'll place it into the discard pile. So when you see it on Zoom, we'll know that you said yes.
Can I hear some of the bad things that happened to others?
Well, as you are technically the 6th person, you would have seen some of those. So I will absolutely allow that. We had an individual who was blessed with a legendary magical artifact that will grow with their character. We had an individual who had to roll D8 and remove it from a stat. We had an individual who had to roll and add to a stat. We had an individual who, and I got to go back and kind of look. Oh yeah, that was bad. We had an individual who found a new friend in the players who helped them out of a bind, and they both received backstory elements. We have somebody who became related to a kingdom. We had somebody who died. They had to re-roll their entire character after rolling it up. We had somebody who found that their entire character never existed, which means no Huxley, no nothing, come up with a new character concept. Now, I say these things, these cards are already gone. You can't get them. They are in the discard pile.
Yep, they're dead to me.
And then that one particular individual who also had to, whoops, 1 second, one moment. I got sounds coming out and I need to, there you go. And that one individual who lost their entire character, the chat worked on their behalf. And then they were able to take that penalty. Remember I talked about losing, I think it's like 20 or something like that. It's like 20 takebacks. I have to look at my notes. I don't have it in front of me. Chat could probably tell me faster. And if chat does, I'll give him an inspiration. But it was a whole ton of takebacks. And they were like, to be able to keep my character concept and just re-roll the dice, they did it. So they re-rolled the dice, but they were allowed to keep their character concept. So chat worked to keep them in the world. But chat was also the one egging them on to take cards when they weren't going to take cards. So I thought that was really noble of chat to stand up and be like, yeah, we kind of teased you into this one. So sane. When I first asked, there were people that were just immediately, not only can I take a card, but they wanted a lot of cards, which, you know, isn't too uncommon unless you're really just foolish about what the deck is. And chat, some of our players had previously played with Stranger, who's one of our players in the game. And she, I guess, always brings in a deck of many things on them. A lot of DMs like to do that. And they suffered at the hands of the deck. So her players who were watching said, oh, please, oh, yes, not only let her choose, but how many. So I let chat roll. The idea is just that I'm offering you one. But I allowed chat to roll, and they rolled, and she had to take 4 cards. She had to gamble 4 times. So saying, she did really, 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 really well. And her Stranger's character, Nerida, has a lot of good things like that thrown in the background, the legendary artifact. So now, Huxley, this pure Cinnabon, this one who has given his life.
He has an addiction problem. I feel it would be wrong for me not to take one when he has such an addictive personality to things like gambling. Like, this is just in his essence. I have to take at least one.
Okay. So saying, if you're taking at least one, I'm moving things around to give myself a little more space on the screen. I will touch them because they'll see them on screen, and then I'm going to hold it up to the chat.
Okay.
Or hold it up for you.
To me.
Yep.
That
and
one.
then, wait, you're taking the top card?
Yes. Yes. That's it. That's the card.
That is the card.
That is the card.
And I found my little list, chat, so I was like, okay. This one is... oh. You know the key to being another race. You may choose one other race, and you will gain a feature of that race. So, like, you're a human. This is actually incredibly interesting because you're a human, but you might choose an elf and say, oh, I want your dark vision. You might, something like that. So choose any other race, and you don't have to do it right at this moment. You may look through your books. Like, you might do a tabaxi thing and get an extra sprinting speed. Because they have that, I think it's like called Winded or something like that. But yeah. Wow. I don't know, chat. That was just like too easy. That was like, oh my goodness. And I had like all sorts of sounds to like help, There you go. None of those sounds are really working for what I want, but whatever. There we go. The little laughing pleasure one worked. That was really awesome. That was a good one. But, I'm feeling like this entire deck here is calling. And I'm just feeling like you probably want to take another, don't you? I mean, you do have a gambling addiction after all. I mean, and if that first card was that good and somebody who got through 4 cards, if I were to offer you another, I mean, doesn't it make you want to say yes? How about instead of asking, I just hold it up in front of you. And if you want that card, I'm holding it up the wrong way, that's why. You could say, yes, I want that card. Oh, I need to add the key to the dead stack now. But like maybe it's this card. Well, I keep holding it to the monitor.
I'll hold it. I'll take it.
Are you sure you want this card?
Yes.
Are you positive?
Yes.
Maybe I need to offer you something different because I'm looking at the card. What if I said, instead of this card, I would give you... What weapon is Huxley's favorite weapon?
Oh, that is an excellent question. Huxley's never been much of a fighter, so he tends to enjoy his fists normally, much more hand to hand. A brawler, maybe, like grab whatever's nearby. So.
So you might take Tavern Brawler and do improvised weapons, is what you're saying.
I know Huxley is the variant human, so he's got a feat on standby.
You just made it really hard for me to tempt you with what I was going to do. So you do very, So you're the variant human that gets +1 to every stat, is what you're saying.
No. The variant that gets a +1 to 2 stats and then the feat.
Oh, that variant. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Variation. You're right. That is a variant human. I said it backwards. I just tend to think of them as variations. Yeah. All right, yeah. But I'll say +1. That's going to bump everything up. You know what? I'm really failing right now as a Mighty Python because I really want to do something with a weapon. So I'm just going to give it to you. And you have drawn the Ruin card. Unfortunately, what that means for you is that your weapons and armor degrade faster. Now, for our viewers, they're probably saying, what are you talking about degrade? One of the optional house rules we use here is that all weapons and armor have quality. That means, and durability. There's two separate things. Like quality is how well it's made, and durability is how well it's going to hold up. So what's going to happen is that her weapons and armor, which even if she gets something that's supremely well made, will degrade faster and faster until it's junk and it falls apart. And that will often happen during critical strikes, like armor might break when a crit hits you, or if you're using a weapon and you crit against somebody else, it's a lot of force and they roll and it goes down. And so, like, you can get a superiorly made non-magical weapon that is +1 just because it's made so well and balanced so well. So, now I gotta say, well, you've done 2 and 2. But I really think you're actually kind of in your own favor there. You got that benefit that's going to go with you. And yeah, your armor and weapons may degrade, but the reality is, all you did,
How many cards are left?
I don't know, probably about, I'm going to guess about 10.
Oh, darn.
No, you can't take them all. Everybody wants to, what is with everybody? We're supposed to fear the deck of many things, and everybody's like, I want more. My gosh, I've got a bunch of gamblers. This game is going to have so much gambling in it. I can see it now. Oh, Lord.
I'm just getting into character. Huxley tries very hard to be better than his addictive personality, but I know that it will be something that he falls to a few times.
Top the 4? You have to pull 5? She's already pulled 2.
I will pull as many as people want me to pull. I say that knowing that there's 10 cards left, and maybe not the whole.
Malifor wanted to pull a bunch too, but the whole idea was I was offering everybody one. I was offering everybody. My original idea was I gotta try and convince them just to take 1 card because nobody in their right mind would foolishly gamble death in their character. Now, 2 players, Eric and Alex, played that way. They were like, "I know this is bad. This is just bad." And I really had to sell them. But the other 2, Malifor and Nagira, they were like, just bring it on. Kill my character. And I'm like, really, guys? We haven't even started playing. And now I've got Huxley. All right, chat. You're teasing her on to 5. We're all Huxley. Oh, I'm sorry. I said it was Rain. It was actually Malifor who's tempting her to pull 5. Wow. Oh, my. But I know Malifor wanted to pull 1 more, too. What would you 2... You know what? You sell me. What would you give up for me to allow you each, and I'm letting Malifor in on this because this is almost like an extension of the last session. What would you give me to let me allow you to draw?
What if I gave you my character's luck? If anytime you wanted to have him roll just to like trip over himself or like have just the worst luck ever in the world, I would give you his luck to play with at your own beck and call.
Oh, that's a lot. We could actually do the luck feat in reverse. Luck is something that a halfling gets, if I remember correctly, I'm working from memory, I might be wrong, but luck under the one halfling subrace is something they can use. They get a set of dice and they can add them to rolls. So like 3 dice a day. And what we could do is we could just take that same thing in reverse and say you're unlucky. And I have 3 dice near your character name to make you re-roll. Actually, I would not do it. I would leave that up to the chat. The chat would choose when to do that. So that lets chat vote on whether they think this should happen too. So Malefor, oh, he might not be listening. Colton might be missing the opportunity to get more cards. He might have gone into lurk mode. Poor Colton. We weep for him because he really did want new cards.
That one.
Okay.
In exchange for my character's luck.
Done. Well, Colton, answer the question. I asked a question of you. He's like, I'm here. Oh. As I'm laying it down, I'm flipping it around for the camera. I always go with whether they face me to know whether it's upside down or right side up, because every card has multiple meanings. Fates, right side up for you. Choose your fate. Oops, they must have misspelled it because it's actually choose your feet. You may choose a feat. Now here's the trick. There's still a choice to be made. Would you like to choose a feat from the book? Any official content is pretty much on the table. There's a couple here and there that I'm like, no, it's kind of broken and we don't want it. But pretty much, you've played at my table before. I'm pretty open. Or would you have me choose 2 minor feats? So saying,
For me, go for it.
why are you making this so easy? I'm like, you're taking all the fun of the Mighty Hall out of this. You know, it is true.
Like Zoe, when she walks onto this shit, he's like, oh, this money's not enough for 2. I choose him. I'm sorry, were you going to ask for me to choose?
That's exactly what I feel like. I really feel like Niska right now. I'm like, I was looking for the suffering. Wow. And it's like, I can't take it back once I said it. It's like, okay, so I'll come up with 2 minor feats for you. I have a whole list of like homebrewed minor feats, and wow. I don't know what to offer you. That's fair enough. I mean, I personally think, Colton, that it's wise to stay away. So you have actually picked 3. Colton has issued the challenge for 5. Now, what we didn't clarify really was whether you're giving up your luck was to draw 5 or to draw 1. What did you think it was? Let me ask you.
I thought it was to draw 1, but I want to draw 5.
Well, so saying, chat, and you can chime in, should we make her pay more to get 2 more cards? I think she should, personally, because you're dealing with the devil, which is the whole idea of Cold War and hell. So we're going to stick, my opinion is I would stick to that and say you never specified 5. So we can make a deal for 2 more.
But let's see what chat says.
Let's see what chat says.
Just too easy.
Should we make her give up more to do each card, or should we make her just give up something more to do both cards? Is she buying 2 cards or buying 1? And Colton is offering up wild table magic to be worse. Now, we have lots of wild magic in this game. Anybody who's played at my table knows we have wild magic all the freaking time. Basically, anytime you roll a 5 or less, wild magic's happening. Because after every time you use sorcery, you roll a 20 and just see. The 20 just says, if it's a 5 or less, wild magic's happening, and then I have lists of tables. So, Rain says that you can bargain for 2. Oh, wait. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. He says that you're living too easy, so I think he's saying that you have to bargain for each card.
Yeah, Rain said, let's see what I have to offer. So
okay.
I think Huxley's living too easy. He needs
good
more suffering.
Good stats, good draws. Malefor is living into that evil name that he chose, though, man. He got suffering, man. That's like, I feel bad.
I feel like even though Malefor and Huxley haven't even met, they have a special bond. As their 2 little spirits passed each other, Malefor said, take my intelligence, and Huxley said, I got
You know, I'm actually writing a note right now that says Malafor Bond and Huxley because I think I'm going to do something in your background. He's already linked up with one other player really strongly. I think I might do something there for you guys. Huxley background. Okay. Oh, and Huxley gave up luck because I won't remember this later.
Yeah, I have it all written down too.
Thank you.
Yep.
I will give you 5 plot points just for that. Put it into one of the cast chats or something like that for me. We need to create, in fact, if you remind me in cast chat to, and Colton could even type this now, whoever, to remind me to create a DM to-do list. That's it. I'll make a channel that says DM to-do and give all of my players access to it. That way they can then say, hey, you need to give me my luck. You need to, and then when the show is over, I know that's my to-do list and I can go do those things. Because I tend to forget and I'm so busy working with everything, I forget. So that's how, one of the things for you watching, this is a teaching stream. We always teach not only how to play D&D, but how to play great D&D. Find ways to bring out the best in your DM. Some DMs are about, and DMs do this with their players too. They'll say some players work better with food on the table, coffee. You know, if you're an adult group, sometimes you limit the number of beers or alcohol. You find ways to bring out the best in one another. I always tell my players, if you ask me, you get a much better response than telling me. Even if you're 100% right. Just part of my personality. But if you ask me, my inclination is usually to say yes. So I tell them, ask me, you know. If you don't ask, the answer is automatically a no. If you ask me, heck, go for it. Teach each other how to bring out the best in one another. So, that being said, what is your offer, Huxley?
Huxley's luck to turn against him the first time, like, he gets suckered into gambling, and he just loses all of his coins.
Wolf's Dad is here. Wolf's Dad is a VTuber who I just found out about doing this whole VTube thing. I actually had to look and find out what it was about because I wondered why he had these really cool animations of himself. And I was like, what the heck is all that about? And then, of course, broadcasting that, you know, I'm a VTuber, all this other stuff. And I was like, dude, what is that? And found out. So now I'm following him with more of an interest. And I was actually thinking, because this was a whole show based on content creators, that might be something that I'll chat with all of you, and maybe we want to bump it up to 6 people. I don't know. You know, there's a point where it kind of gets, we're only a 2-hour show. But I happen to know and follow Wolf's Dad. I think it's Wolf's Dad. Oh, I might be wrong. That's not Wolf's Dad. I'm sorry. We have another Wolf's Dad. That's Oreo X Wolf. I apologize. Wolf's Dad is one of our constant viewers. That's why it's looking familiar to my brain. He was here with us throughout all of Relics of War. He or she was here with us throughout all of Relics of War. And that's how I know Wolf's Dad. So, scratch everything I said about being a VTuber. I did. I'm seeing it now pop up. You had me confused with somebody else. I'm like, yeah, I did. We have 2 wolves. We have Oreo X Wolf and we have Wolf's Dad. And my brain just automatically went to the other one. So, apologize about that. But, since I made that error, we're going to give Wolf's Dad 2 inspiration for the pool. I will add those down. So, the inspiration pool is now up to a 4 to be added to the inspiration pool that chat can use to give players help during the game. For viewers, if this is your first time, you might notice that I tend to stack things in my players' favor. We're here to have fun. Death is very real in my game. If you die, you die. I don't fudge rolls for players. What I do instead is I empower our viewers and our players to adjust the game on their own. That way, nobody has to cheat and nobody has to feel bad unless you got greedy with cards and killed yourself and used up all your plot points and all your inspiration. Otherwise, you can be like, oh my gosh, he's about to roll his 3rd death save and he just rolled a 1 and he's dead. And somebody can say, yeah, I'm using that inspiration to reroll it, because chat inspiration, unlike inspiration in the game, you can use after a roll, which is pretty freaking cool when you think about it. So, all right. What are you offering Huxley to purchase a card? We all want to know.
You know, you gave me all this time filling it up with talk and other stuff, and I'm struggling to think of something. Oh gosh. What does Huxley have to offer? Can anybody? There are choices to be made here.
It's really weird. It's like so on the most difficult side. I need to put that there. There we go. That makes my life easier.
Let's see here. I will give up. His 2 ability score increases. It's 2 plus 1s to whatever I want.
Wait, to take 1 card?
Yeah.
You will give up 2 plus 1s to take 1 card.
Yeah.
I will absolutely accept that. I will accept that in a heartbeat. Wow. Wow, yeah. Sure. Wow. Okay. I've seen KitiDough play before. I know she can play with like characters that are. She doesn't do the min-max thing. She just makes wicked awesome characters. So we're pretty blessed to have her here. And if you think she role plays this well, you should really go and see her stream because she makes some awesome art. We're actually hoping to commission KitiDough for art for the show, and perhaps later on down the road, the viewers want to help us out with that. All right, so you now can mark that down. You are losing your 2 plus 1s. You still have your feet.
Yes, we're just gonna let it play out. I know when I'll see the one that I want. Let's see.
And this one I'm flipping over.
That's the one.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well,
Huxley never doubts himself.
now I should say this. Every card, as I said, I've been pulling towards me. So I know if they're upside down. I know if they're right side up. I know what's on the back of the card. What if I offered you a ring of +1 armor class to let me flip this card over? Now, I didn't say if it's upright or upside down. I might be flipping it in a good way.
+1 armor class.
So would you choose the item or would you choose your intuition?
But my intuition says that right now it's bad, and you're like trying to like make me think that it's gonna be good, and I'm like, and really I can get 2 good things.
I think that
I think I'll take the +1 ring.
to flip this over?
Yeah.
Okay. So that everybody understands, she just took this and turned it into this.
What is it?
It is the Jester upside down.
Ah, I'm a hanging fool.
I gotta be able to read my tiny handwriting.
Thank you.
There's a, yeah. This is a role-playing one. And I'm trying to debate whether it's funny or just to tell everybody now so that when it happens, you know it. What the heck. You know, we're saying what they already were. You have a recurring a nemesis who shows up all the time and humiliates you and destroys your reputation everywhere you go. So Huxley might be a guy on the run because this guy trashes you out and just rips your reputation apart. Rumors, everything else. And that is a real thing that will be happening all the time. Please add that to my list to add into your background. Oh my. You know, now you have chosen Oh, did you just choose? Was that 5?
No, that's 4.
Oh, these are the old cards. That's why. Oh, those were that's the stack. That's why. Sorry about that. So I forgot. These are the dead cards over here. Yep. So you have chosen 4, is it? Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So saying, I'm going to take all these and shuffle them back in.
You're shuffling everything up?
Just because we'd already gone through 3 of the cards. So I'm just
Right.
restarting your stack at 10. Moving some of them over. Now, what would you give me to outdo everybody and draw a 5th card? Understand that at its maximum, the deck of many things has 22 cards. It's based on the higher arcana of the tarot. You would have drawn, what is that, almost 25% of the deck. What are the odds that Huxley can escape? And there's still good things in here. Huxley can escape and do...
I mean, define Huxley escaping, because so
Bad
far,
things.
like, these past 2 pulls, he's had to take bad things no matter what.
That is
He had to
true.
take his-
Well, the deck is not filled with all super horrible things like death.
Huxley isn't escaping. Huxley is running at the deck of many things in an open arms embrace saying, take everything I have.
He's making the deck of many things afraid of him at this point. I'm not sure what else to say about it. It's like, this entire group, I'm like, I will say this. One time, I'm often a paid DM, and I ran a group for about 2 years. We went through Tyranny of Dragons, and it was the only time that I saw a group who said, pull no punches. Do not change a rule. We want death is real. And this group made it to the end of the campaign, and you don't beat Tiamat. I mean, it's just the way the game is made. This group did such off-the-wall things. They met Baphomet, yes, the god of dragons, Platinum Dragon. They did so many bizarre things and had such an awesome way of role-playing. They defeated Tiamat. And here was the really interesting thing. God of the universe, whole Fae Run Forgotten Realms type thing. They didn't just No, they did end up... I'm sorry, I thought they were going to say they killed her, because they had the option to destroy all dragons throughout the entire world. They didn't know it at the time. And they almost did, because had they defeated Tiamat with this power of Baphomet, it was linked to destroying all dragons. And at the last minute, they chose to defeat her and banish her to hell. And they didn't know this. So in the final epic moments of the game, as we did the breakdown afterwards, the epilogue, they were like, what would have happened? What if? And we went over it, and they were like, we saved all dragons throughout the world. I'm like, you saved humanity, you saved this age, and you saved all dragons. It was pretty awesome. And the dragons owed them a debt. So, speaking of debts, what is the price for this last card?
Okay, so I'm thinking Huxley has asthma. I mean, it makes sense, since he smoked a lot, he's done a lot of things, and that after 30 seconds of, trying to run and stuff like that, he has to stop to breathe.
Okay.
So,
Oh, that's what you want. I see. You're okay. You're telling me you would like asthma, and you want some sort of a debuff where. So basically, that would get you 5 rounds of combat. Each round of combat is 6 rounds. You're telling me that after 6 rounds of combat, you would have to skip your turn to catch your breath. Most combat doesn't.
Physical combat, right?
Yeah, we're actually in combat. Roll initiative. But now you also mentioned running, which is a really good point. Should we add something in there? I mean, because the odds of getting to 6 rounds of combat in most D&D, that's a pretty long. Rounds take a long time. And usually things get wiped out. So that's lower. I like it. I would accept that as a partial. But how do we play that out the rest? What does your asthma look like regularly?
See, I was thinking Huxley's just more of a walker in general. No, I know he's strong, like he does gym and stuff like that. He mostly does exercise to help combat addictive personality, exercising is good for the heart and stuff. but he's not a runner. You know, if everybody's sprinting away from a dragon, he's only got so many rounds to sprint before he needs to just try and duck and cover to go hide somewhere. Like, running from bad guys just isn't really his forte.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here.
Should we cut his movement, maybe? Would you be willing to give up 5 feet of movement?
I would be willing to give up 5 feet of movement.
So you're giving up 5 feet of movement and after, what would that be? The
6
7?
turns and rest, and then 5 feet of movement.
Yep. Okay, I'm down with that. Wow, you're really hindering your character. Okay. Wow. All just because Malefor challenged her to go to 5. Rain, how come you haven't saved her? I wonder how Huxley will react to him every time since he gets mad a lot. Are you talking about the relationship with... Oh, that is interesting. Malefor. Well. Alright. I'm going to call these... You know what? I was going to shuffle them one more time, but I'm not. I'm going to go with just what it is. Oh, you're not allowed to see that. My bad.
That's the one.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What if I
What if you?
offered you
Yes.
5 golden crits, effectively taking away your 5 penalties that are on you right now by chat? Just removing them. And I give you the next card instead of this one. How's this? I'll do one better. I'll give you the last card that we drew.
But I feel like this card and me have this symbiotic relationship. I feel really good about this card. You know, Huxley's not a man who takes back what he does. He's very firm and convicted. What, can you offer me something to change?
I just did. I offered you a different card.
Oh no, you offered me 5 crits. That's what you did.
Yeah.
See, I don't care about the 5 crits because Huxley's an unlucky character. Like, you can take away his crits for like the whole game. That's fine. He hasn't had a good run in life. But
you make really great characters. I think people tune in just to watch how you navigate suffering so that we can have hope in our own lives and be like, I want to be like your character. Hey.
Lysander got caught red-handed and convinced a soldier that he was doing charity for the homeless to fill up trash bags with soft things that the homeless could stay off the streets and thusly not disturb the rich folks.
The actual show where you drew the Lysander mustache, which I have stats for now, and is in this game, is actually, I cut that out and used that for the splash screen on the one episode.
Aww.
It was so epic. That was epic.
That's adorable.
That was even better than the antlers that your one character wore.
That's a different version of Lysander, an alternate universe Lysander.
Lysander always has.
He's lived in many games. He's affected many people's hearts.
Hey, he could be here. What if I were to put, you know what? I would be willing to put the Void back in the deck, and you'd have a chance to have to reroll your entire character. You'd have to kill Huxley. How's that for evil? You want evil in there?
That sounds like fun.
So,
my question is, does that mean I have to pick a whole new card?
well, I'm not saying I'd give you the void. Yeah, the whole point was I would add it in there as a chance.
I'd have to pick a new card, all in all. And what do I get in return?
I'm giving you a chance to kill your character, which sounds like the oddest thing in the world to me. But since you're like this masochist wanting to kill your character, I'm giving you a chance to kill your character. I'm removing the 5.
My character. I just want my character to suffer.
I think you're working through a lot of things that role played, and you know it's a beautiful thing because that's the way I grew up. We worked through our issues. We went to role playing. We didn't take it out on the world. We went to role playing games. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Good God, chat. She's making this like really hard on me. Please hit the follow. We are going to be played Thursday nights. Yes, please do that. Yes. I'm really struggling here. All right, I've offered you 5 golden crits. I've offered you to put the void back in the deck, which could possibly destroy your character.
I'll take the 5 golden crits with the void, and I'll pick a whole new card.
Okay.
So we'll just nix off the -5 to me, because I'll just go for that and say they cancel each other out.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I think it's only worth being fair to the audience to know what you're going to do. Now, I'm not taking this out of the deck. What it is we are adding to it, and I'm looking for the void right now. They got to add the void back in there. There we go. Boom, boom. So, chat, we are adding the void, which might wipe her character out totally. But this is one of those times when the player chose wisely. She would have lost 1d8 on her wisdom, which is still going to be in there. So, let's reshuffle this together. Just the cards that were left, but now we've added a possible having to reroll your entire character.
Yes.
If you have to reroll...
Here's a real question, though. What if I lose the 4? I worked hard for this 4. Now, granted, I got rid of the thing that originally gave me the 4, which was the -5 crits, because I got the +5 golden crits, and we're just canceling that out. But like, what if I lose the 4?
Yeah, that is a tough call. You got a really good point. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. I never expected like this to be this long drawn out thing. Das Colton, let's see. It was amazing watching the old gods. I'm excited to roleplay. Hey, Colton, did you come up with anything? You said you didn't have anything you wanted to give. You're not drawing anymore. Maybe Wolf's Dad or Rain Rain's got a temptation for you. I'm always open to suggestions, guys.
I thought he did have something.
Did he? Did I miss it?
I'm not sure.
If I missed it, put it in the chat. Yeah, I can't scroll back without... I mean, I guess I could. The whole...
I'm scrolling back right now.
Okay.
Oh, no, he said he doesn't know what to offer you.
Oh, the wild magic table getting worse.
The magic table, but worse.
I'm willing to do that because it's kind of almost like a competition to see which one of you is going to destroy yourselves first. But because, you know, you want suffering because he really wants a card, I'm going to say this. If either one of you picks the void, all the bad crap that is on your characters right now remains on the new character. So, like...
Fun.
So...
I'd have to, like, because, like, I picked all of Huxley's downsides, like the lack of luck and everything else, based off of his character. I'm like, what is reasonable for Huxley not to have? I'm like, he wouldn't be lucky and all this other stuff. So it'd be interesting to try and form a character around all these bad traits.
Yeah.
That's not Huxley.
It's so funny because as I'm hearing it, that was what was going through my mind. I'm like, I would actually, as sad as I am for you getting that character, I'm like, I would love to roleplay this character. I'm like, because I would just be like, what's happening? Okay, so here we go. It's all shuffled up. I'm putting cards up one at a time. You will get to choose.
That's the one.
I will give you +1 to any stat you want not to take this. +1 or -1. You can do either one. to not take this card.
I feel like you're trying to be a helpful DM, like this is a bad card, and you're telling me it's a bad decision, but I want to take it.
Okay, I'm going to let you take it because I'm really glad you did. Because I am really kind to my players, and I purposely don't want to give the impression that I'm just a DM that will always help. I did it face up, so I'm putting it down in front of the camera, so it's face up to the camera. And that's a very good card, actually. It's a Vizier card.
Oh, yay!
So, oh, crap. Increase your wisdom by D4.
D4?
D4. So,
okay.
You went all the way from tanking your wisdom, which would have been the Fool, to increasing it through the Vizier. So, but I was trying to take, I didn't know what it did actually at the time, so I was like, I know Vizier is a good card, and I was like, I say Vizier, I think it's actually Vizier. Old habits die hard. All right, so you have drawn 5 freaking cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have set the new high. And Rain, Huxley, you get 5 plot points for having done that. Rain has earned a 5th inspiration because you actually got her to do 5 cards, and you got her to pay for every single one. And even despite my trying to steer things both good and bad at different times, you kept going. Malefor, I will accept that offer. So, wild magic's still happening basically 25% of the time, because a 5 or lower you roll, so it's always happening. But wild magic can be really, really good or really, really bad. What you're offering is an increased chance of bad. So, how I would put that out mechanically is that, kind of like her unlucky, 3 times per day, when you roll on wild magic, I may ask you to re-roll. Because basically when it's something good, I'm going to say re-roll it. So, is that an acceptable mechanic for you as I accept your offer and give you another draw? If so, please say I do. And marry your decision. Oh, you lost. Wait, you gained 3 points. So, after you've done your character, you put your stat there. Then you add your bonuses. Don't forget, you gave up your 2+1s.
Yep.
So you'll make all that. You'll put your bonuses in. Then you'll add your 3. So really, I mean, kind of better than getting 2+1s. You just, wow, if you think about that, because like most characters, you get a +2 and a +1, and the game purposely says you can't put them together because, you're overpowering. You literally just got that ability, even having give up all this other stuff. Wow. You're this interesting mix. It's really freaking weird, your mix. All right. It could have really hurt you if that had been intelligence instead of wisdom. Bah, that would have been funny. But the Fool was already gone. The Fool was the one in reverse. He gives intelligence. All right. Can we do like Halfling Unlucky? So 1 time per day. You only want me to re-roll you once per day, but you want me to give you the possibility of something that could give you benefits all the time? No. That doesn't seem hellish enough. 3 times. 3 times. It's Halfling Unlucky with... I'm just asking you to re-roll. So it is like Halfling Unlucky. I'm asking you to re-roll a wild magic roll 3 times per day. And I decide when. So like when you throw a fireball and it says it's like 5 times as strong, I'm going to say re-roll that. And you might get the same thing. But I roll on tables with like 10,000, so the odds of you actually rolling that again are very slim. Huxley actually won. Yeah, Huxley did win. I agree, Rain. Never a good sign when the DM says, but it well, I don't know. I think Will's dad might be right, because I paused there. I'm like, what do I do? I'll tell you why I said, I have no idea how to sell KitiDough or not on anything. Nothing I do works. I'm like, the stuff that should work, oh no, I won't do that. Oh, I want evil stuff. And I'm like, I don't know how to think in those terms. I'm like, But Colton, will you accept 3, yay or nay? Just put it in one of the chats. They're all there, Colton.
He says he'll take it.
I'll take it. Okay. So add that to the list of DM tools that I have to put in there. You'll have to create a minor feat. They actually have, you can do a homebrew feat on D&D Beyond, and you can tag them debuff and just add it in there as a debuff and say unlucky and describe it that way. But I would actually put that it's unlucky in, not in love, obviously. That would be unlucky in magic. Unlucky in wild magic. Unlucky wild magic. That's the name of the debuff. I like that. Unlucky wild magic. Yeah. Yep, that's good. That's actually good. All right. So, now, for you, Colton, and I don't know how to, you're going to have to use Roll20, otherwise I'm not going to know when to stop, Colton. 5th card from the top after you shuffle. Okay, he has specified. You can have 2 plot points for that, Colton, for Malefor, because I'm going to shuffle right now. I'm doing it on camera so that everybody can see. And there you go. That's your deck. And it's 5 cards from the top. Be facing me, and then I'll turn it around for the hammer. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is card 5. And now the DM looks. I think I remember exactly what this card does. I feel like doing the thing. I don't even know if I want to steer you for or against this. I'm like,
Hear that? It's lucky. It's a very neutral card.
it is, and I'm like, could be bad, could be good. I remember when I was doing the write-up on this. You know what? I'm just going to go with it. I just, here's what it is. I'm flipping it over. That way you can see it because it's face up. The Talons card. You have increased hand-to-hand combat equal to the monk's ability that levels up with you. However, and this is where the negative is, you are now cursed with hands that are deadly weapons. They literally have claws on the end of them. You have disadvantage on all persuasion rolls you make. Now, knowing your character, I'm like, wow, dang, that's a good fit. Malefor's character may have disadvantage on persuasion, but now he has unarmed combat. And Malefor, I wish you were in the voice chat. And I don't know how to pipe you in, actually, buddy, to do that right. Oh, actually, I do. Jump into Discord, and I'll pull your voice in that way without messing with Roll20 or messing with Zoom. And then people can hear you talk. I'm going to go over there really quick. Sorry, everybody. I know my stuff is on the screen, blocking everything off. Plot points, game rules, where is it? Voice and video, if he can. I don't know. He might be in a place where he can't. But now, I think if he starts talking, I should hear him through my Discord, which will come out on my desktop audio, which will then go out to the stream, and everybody will be able to hear him if he jumps in. But I was going to give him the opportunity to tell people a little bit about Malefor again, because Malefor has this interesting background. All right, I'm sick of the streets. Let's go to the palace. Oh, that's like an outside palace.
Sick of the streets, going to the palace.
Oh, there he is! Woo!
Hi.
We're getting a little bit of echo, which I'm guessing is because I'm pulling you in and it's going out somewhere else, but that's all right. It gives your voice a very cool draconic effect. Speaking of draconic, can you tell our viewers why having this horrible disadvantage of hands that are claws might actually be something that your character might like?
So I'm kind of blessed or cursed with like a lineage of like a type of like lycanthropy, a draconic thing for shifters. So it's like more of a deformity, and I really wanted to play this kind of deformed looking character.
And that's why when it came up, I thought that was so apropos, because literally when we were talking about it, I was like, shifters look human, and then their accents only come out once in a while. And exactly what Colton just said, he goes, well, I was really kind of picturing this in my mind, and as a DM, you know, I was like, it's cosmetic. We can do that. We can change the world a little bit. But he really blessed me. He said, no, he goes, if that's the way shifters are in your world, we'll stick with this, and it'll just, my draconic features will come out this. And yet, and this is where I love when things like this happen, he ended up getting a deformity that are going to be dragon claws on a human. And people are going to be like, dude, you look freaking evil. What the heck is wrong with you? And yeah, he'll get disadvantage on persuasion checks. But he also gets a really kind of cool, I'm not sure I would want to fight somebody with dragon claws for hands. You know, that's like kind of evil. So I thought that was pretty cool and whatnot.
Really awesome, the feral aspect of the sorcerer. Like, it's like this weird wild magic thing happening, and then on top of it, okay, well now we're in melee combat, so just clawing at this thing.
Okay. So how many cards did you draw total, buddy?
I'm at 3, but I also joined in on one,
Yep.
like a bad one too. So I don't know.
I don't think the rogue was a bad one. You got a magic item out of it.
Yeah, but I lost some wisdom, and it was cool because we got connected together. So
Yeah, she kind of owes you a favor. You know, not that I'm going to put any game mechanics with that or anything, but roleplay wise, it's like she knows you saved her bacon. And we'll put that rolled right into the history. So, basically, you've got 4. Would you like to try for 5?
well, I know that I have to go against the void again. You know.
Yes, you do. Which means the very character, you could end up exactly like Alex, where you've got the character you want, and because you went for the extra, you lose that character. And
now that we have this many and we have the void in there.
That was always the fun of the deck of many things. If you saw your buddy got something really horrible, you were like, yes, I can't get that.
I mean, like, I paid a lot for cards already too, and so that's why I'm trying to figure out how to pay for more.
You gotta weigh the odds. Now remember, if you pick a card, I'm basically obligated to go to 6.
I wonder if I was echoing the whole time. I'll bet I was. I'll bet when all our audience was listening to me, I was echoing. I know why it is, because it's my Zoom putting out audio into the desktop. Yeah, so I'm going to have... I had a setting wrong, and I only realized because
you're muted.
You can't hear me right now?
Why are you muted?
I muted myself. I didn't realize you listen through Zoom. Which makes, of course, you have to.
You're muted. You're muted to me on Zoom. I have no idea what you were saying.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you on Zoom.
Oh my gosh. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. So, all good. I'm not getting into all the technicals. I screwed something up. Nope, no echo here prior to that. All right, so we're only getting echo from when Callie did that. I don't really know quite why. Unfortunately, I can't help with that one. Oh! Maybe my speaker was on. There you go. Speak, Callisto.
It's so funny.
Callisto, speak.
Yes.
KitiDough.
Hello. Hi.
Thank you.
Hi.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm calling you by your old character's name. Huxley, speak. I apologize. No wonder you were pausing. She's like, wrong game. Yeah. All right. So we've got your unluckiness. I don't know, buddy. It's your choice to try and match her for 5. In fact, I'm going to do something I would never normally do. I'm going to allow you two to go back and forth so that if one of you really wants to be on top, every time you're matched, like right now, if you take this card, you're matched at 5, either of you would be able to choose another card. No penalty. No penalty. Just as, because I know sometimes people want to have taken the most. So saying, the options with you right now, Malifor, do you want to take a 5th card Right there, sitting right in front of you. You can see it on the camera.
Oh my gosh, you make it so tempting. I want to back down so bad.
No cost. Literally. Just available to you. See, I mean, it's like, it's getting closer to the camera.
5, not for me to pull 5.
But I know you were so disappointed the other day when you were like, please, please, please let me have another card, DM. And I was like, okay, since you really want one.
Oh my gosh. We're going to have to do one more.
Were you actually like that? I don't think actually he can hear me right
crazy.
now. He's
Okay,
got
I
a
can
phone.
hear you. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can
I
hear
have
you,
to
but he
unmute
can't.
myself in Discord again.
Oh, yeah.
You're
That's
muted.
why we're going to. All right. So let me turn off my Zoom. Turn yourself off on Zoom and go into Discord. And we'll get the sound
Okay,
from there.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Let's-
That was where the echo came from. I was trying to figure it out. I didn't realize she had jumped into Discord. So now when she jumps into Discord,
okay.
yeah. So we were picking up Zoom and
Alright.
Discord. So now we can hear you.
Are you also muted? I assume you're also muted, so I'm gonna.
Oh, I will unmute myself. Hold on. Unmute. Ask to unmute.
The host.
Oh, wait. No. Mute.
Unmute.
No. Never mind. You're good. You are now muted. We should hear you through Discord.
Okay.
All right. I can hear you. Can you hear her, Malafor?
I can hear you guys.
Yeah, and I've got it going out through desktop, so that means our audience can hear you. So, great. Problem solved. Now we know another neat, sneaky thing to do. So, if you're ever looking to do this on Zoom or something else, and you're thinking about it, I'm talking to the audience right now. There's a sneaky way. Kill your Zoom. Turn on your Discord. That way you can keep your pictures the same. Because if you add somebody to Zoom, it moves everything around, really kind of difficult. But you can add in anybody talking that way on Discord. So, there's some fun stuff. All right, so it's still the same top card. Malafor, doesn't that just look pretty? I mean, look at the way the dragons are just touching the way each other. I mean, it's almost like they're just saying, please, pretty please. I mean, they're like, it's almost like they're doing a dance for you.
So if I get the void,
Shiny.
then I have to play the goblin barbarian known as Clack.
Yeah, I love the idea.
I have to do all the negative stuff that happened.
No, the void is a true just, that's it. Because it already sucks bad enough because you've lost everything. Nah,
All right.
I won't imply that.
I can live with that. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do one more, and
Does that rule now apply to me too? Because last time you told me I had to keep all the negatives if I got the void and like make up a new character around those negatives.
Fair
Does that
enough.
apply to me too?
The new rule does apply. The new rule is that if you get the void, you start from scratch. You lose all the benefits, you lose all the bad, you just roll up a new character, and you will roll, and you will take whatever rolls, no point buy.
no point by 2. Okay.
It's just whatever you roll, because you're truly going into luck at that point.
Oh my goodness.
And because we only got 20 minutes left in the show, so.
Okay.
So,
So we're both doing one more.
Nope, she's on her own. This is just you. She's
Okay,
after.
I'll do one.
All right, here is your card. Wow.
I knew it. I knew it was gonna happen.
Wow.
No.
Wow. I didn't expect that. I'm kind of.
I felt it.
Oh, wow. Well, we did offer this to the last player that caught the void. Chat made it happen. So it's really in chat's hands. If Wolves Dead and Rain both together want to come up with some penalty to allow you to keep your character, there's got to be some penalty to the character. Like with poor Alex, he had to reroll Remy. So if chat can come up with an idea and you want to accept their idea, we'll let you keep your character. But they've got to come up with a consequence, and you've got to be willing to pay that consequence. Otherwise, it's Crag the Goblin Barbarian.
It's Clack.
Clack, whoever. Crag. He's not real to me. He's not real to me yet. Malafor is real. Malafor has suffered. Malafor has gotten into the history.
Malafor suffered, and then he went into the void. I don't know.
And he came out possibly changed, or he might not have come out at all. Oh, Wolf's dad is like...
I think they both like Clack, though, so much more.
They want to hear a goblin barbarian. Rain's considering it. He's just got to come up with a downside. Last downside we used was I think it was giving up all the 20s. Oh, here's an interesting downside. What if every time he picks a magic item, I have that same thing as his wild magic, and I will roll privately, and if I get a 5 or below, it will be cursed, even if it wasn't cursed originally. So he would end up attuning to it and then gain a curse. What do you think about that, chat? Is that a... So 20% of the time, or not even 20% of the time, but he's got a 20% chance. Or is that 25? 25, right? Yeah, 25% chance for his item to be cursed if he should get a magic item. I mean, maybe Malefor doesn't want magic items. Maybe Malefor's like, take this intellect headband away from me.
I was going to give it to Alex too, yeah.
All right, they like this idea. So that is the offer. Would you be willing to keep Malefor? And did we say he has to re-roll, chat? His stats? No, actually he would want to re-roll, so no. We're not giving him the option to re-roll. But we'll let him keep Malefor. We'll avoid this. And should he have to pick another card? There's a real question. I kind of like that idea. If we're letting him just dip a toe in the void, he may have gotten back, the bad magic item, but I think he should have to pick another card. Let the chat decide. They're the good or bad DM right now.
2 cards. I have to pick 2 cards. I have to stay one ahead.
No. Oh, wow, chat. That's really up in the game. I think she just sold this idea. I think he should have to pick 2 cards. Come on, chat. We want to hear from you. It's all hinging on you. We need Rain and Wolfsdad to decide this. We can't figure it out on our own. Help! Help! Let him dip his whole leg in the pool of fate. I think that's an affirmative. So the idea is, if I understand Rain correctly, you get to keep your character, but you will forever on have this basically a curse upon you, this defect, whatever you want to call it, where magic really doesn't like you, which is why your wild magic tends to go more negative. And also your magic items sometimes don't like you, and sometimes will become cursed.
Oh my gosh, but I wanted to tell Alex so bad, like, I don't think any of us should be here, but definitely not you. I can tell that you don't belong. And now I'm not going to be able to do that because I'll be from the void too.
I see now what you're saying. You're talking about for a role player. There's a little darkness about you as you click your dragon claws together. Man, this game is off to a really dark start. This has to be... I've played Curse of Strahd, and it was never this dark at the start.
I told myself too that I wouldn't back away from the void, that I would just go with it.
It's up to you. Now, I will say this again, it's not going away, it's just going back in the deck, so you could still draw it.
No, I'm not gonna fear. I'll do Quack.
Okay. He gives up Malefor. The void leaves, thus saving Kitty and leaving it at...
No, I still have to draw one.
You do.
Yep, so it is now... Now, because it's player driven, technically, yeah, it's still 5-5. And she's on top. And I did offer it to the player, not the thing. So while Malefor is now dead and gone, taking all his bad stuff with him, only to be a memory, no connections to the other characters, none of the awesome backstory we started. Now we're just Clack the Goblin. This nobody. This unknown. This person that I now have to write into the history in a new way. But those other histories about Malefor exist. Just Malefor disappeared from the world. Maybe Malefor will show up as an NPC. Oh. Back from the void.
He's a puppet. Run!
So, KitiDough, you have to draw one card. Do you want me to shuffle and do the usual, or do you just want the top card?
I'll just take the top card.
Your card is... And again, it's the way that I'm looking at it, so
Mm-hmm.
The Knight card in reverse. Face up would have... Actually, I'm making a command decision here. Let me ask you a very quick question. I'm trying to remember your name now. Clack. I keep wanting to say Malafor.
Yeah,
Clack. You're going to choose it?
I'll change it in here.
Oh. Yeah. Clack. How would you feel... No, that would end up robbing her. She got this, fair and square. Let me find it on my sheet. I knew what it was otherwise. Loyal swear.
I think it's a retainer.
You, Callie. No, that's when it's a deck of many things. This is not a deck of many things. This is a deck of many character creations. Everything's different. So, Callie, you have because it's in reverse, your criticals, you are not a good fighter. Your criticals go from 1 to 3. So if you roll a -3, 2, or 1, whatever the dice is, ability checks or anything else, you have failed. That comes into play especially because one of the ideas of D&D is that you can't crit fail when you get high enough level on easy checks, because checks don't have crits. So this is combat only. I was going to say ability checks. It is not all ability checks because we're playing by the rules.
It's only in combat.
Yep, on a 3 or less. So no matter how low the roll is, on a 3 or less, you miss. But,
Sure.
yeah. Okay. All right. So now the tie, or you are up. You are up 6 to...
I am above by 1.
You are up by 1. I offered the player to match. So, Clack the Goblin, who has never tasted of the deck of many character creations, would you like to tempt your fate?
Should I roll stats first?
I think you should.
Maybe I need to have a fate attack.
You can just do a very quick roll 6 stats, put them in the chat. My God, chat, you are getting like the most profound
Ooh.
thing ever. Oh, hey, we got somebody new in chat. Dirty D&D. I think they used to follow us in Relics of War. I think that's like a Wolves Dad type thing. In fact, they probably remember Wolves Dad. Wolves Dad probably remembers them. If Wolves Dad, if you remember them, I'll give +1 to inspiration.
Perfect for a goblin.
What'd you get?
Stats here.
Oh,
15, 6, 8, 15, 8, 15.
I love it.
So good.
Nice. That's a good character. I like that. That's a nicely balanced character. So now Clack. Knowing that you can still put your points wherever you would like.
Yeah, let's do one.
Do you want the top card, or do you want me to go through them? Do you have a number? Do you want the top card, or do you want me to go through them?
Let's do number 3.
1, 2, 3. Now, I have this card in front of me. I haven't looked at it yet. But Clack seems so small. Clack seems like he just needs extra. And we have this card that is just sitting here, and it seems so flat. You know, I don't know what's on the other side. It's probably something bad anyway. You know, if we really think about it. I mean, can't be the void, but, I mean, gosh, how many good cards can really be in there? I think Clack deserves an opportunity to be big. What if I were to let Clack have a magic item that increased his strength by 2? He could be big. He could be strong. Wouldn't that be something? Isn't that worth just taking a different card?
Oh, okay. So not get a card. It's trade a card.
Yep.
And you haven't even looked at it.
I have not. I have now. I just looked at it. Not when I made the deal. I literally like flipped up on camera. I did this and I was like, I'm just curious. I just wanted to know if it was a good or a bad thing, you know, because I'd already made the deal.
Yeah, I'll trade a card.
Wow. You know, Monty Python, or not Monty Python, Monty Hall used to, of course, always show what was behind the curtain if you chose the other thing, because sometimes you chose really well. Sometimes you chose really badly. That's the star that I'm showing everybody, which is a really good card. So,
Man.
of the cards left, and I will cycle through them, what number would you like? Just the next top card?
Yeah, let's just do the next one.
Okay. This card is the balance card. And this card... Dun, 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 where is it on my little list here? Oh. You may choose, because it's in the upper right, to increase any one of your stats by 2, but you must also lower another stat by 2. It's a min-max ability. So one of your stats is going up, one of them is going down by the same number.
See, I would have loved that stat.
Now, the problem is that
Two?
now you're both tied
Yes.
at
Yes,
6.
It is.
You said go up and down too?
So, yep, one goes up 2, one goes down 2. So like you could make that 8 into a 10 and make the 6 into a 4 if you wanted. I mean, if you wanted nothing to happen, you could take the 6 up to an 8 and the 8 down to a 6, and your stats wouldn't change. And that would technically have fulfilled the card. KitiDough, while he thinks about his stats, there is a card option here. If you really want to go down as the most epic person to ever screw with character creation and try to survive it. I mean, I can't picture this ever happening again in life. Somebody skating by the way you have. And just think, there's not even a half dozen cards left. I mean, really, how long could this honestly go on?
Do I get to choose? No.
You get to, do you want a card? Because he's ahead right now. Is he ahead or is he even with you? I don't know.
Even.
He's even. So, yeah, if you want to be ahead, you got to choose another card.
Okay. Why don't you hold them all out? Like
a fan?
As if you were like choose a card? Yeah.
I will hold them up in front of you.
So you have to wait for a bit for the delay, but then
No,
I tell you which
I
card
put them
want.
in Zoom. Let's look at your Zoom.
Oh, okay.
The audience can see it because I'm putting them in front of my face.
I want the middle one.
Right there in the middle. That card.
Yes.
I love asking this question. Are you
gosh.
sure?
I am sure.
Because I can see the card.
Yes, you can.
I know what's there.
Uh-huh.
What if, for a golden crit, you let me reshuffle, and I'll pull up the middle card again, and we'll see what happens.
Huxley isn't a lucky person. I'm not interested in your golden crits. Huxley was not meant to have golden crits. He would abuse them.
Fair enough. What if I let Huxley... If you let me take this card and shuffle it back in, I will let you take any card that we've already gone through in the deck. The best card, the wish card, or anything like that. Here's the deal. They've all got good and bad because upside down changes what they do. But you can pick whichever card you want, and I'll shuffle it in before I shuffle it again. So there'd be 6 cards instead of 5.
I don't know. Should I do it? You're not Mal anymore. You're Clank, right?
Clank, clack,
Quack.
Clack.
click, clack.
Clack. Should I do it?
I think we should have stopped a couple of cards ago.
You know, at that, I'm gonna say just give me the middle card.
Just give you the middle card.
Give me the middle card. What
It is the Fool. Upside
the
down.
Fool again?
Did we already get this card?
Fool get back in. Yeah. I already got the Fool upside down.
Okay then, it's not the Fool. So you have 4 cards. You have suffered a delusion. You are imagining things. You are imagining things.
Truly the Fool. The Fool.
It was not there. DMs never make mistakes. That should not happen. DMs never make
I
mistakes.
want the one the closest to your pinky, the furthest out. Yes, that's the one.
No, you don't. Pick a different card.
I want it.
No, you don't. Pick a different card.
Yes, I do.
Colton, have Clack tell her that she doesn't want this card. Chat, tell her she doesn't want this card. Forget the whole 5 card thing. It's 4 now. Well, Dad, that's good inspiration. I'm giving it inspiration. That's up to 6 now. The cards may have gone to 4, but the inspiration went up to 6 that we're having today. There is no stopping the wheel. Yes. I'm telling you, they're going to get crushed by the wheel. I just shuffled it, but I know what the card was. I didn't mean to shuffle it. Sorry. Since they're facing me, I know what the card was. I'm not trying to switch them on anybody. Anyway, so...
You didn't know, like, the orientation hasn't gotten messed up?
No, all I did was I started moving them back and forth. And I just put them back.
Okay.
But anyways, my point is you don't want this card, so... You do want the card, Raymond.
Rain says I want the card. I want the card.
I can't talk you out of this? There's nothing I can do?
No.
Okay. Does that look even remotely like a good thing? Even slightly like a good thing?
Sure, why not?
One of the things that you forgot to tell us during your background is about Huxley's brother. Huxley's brother, who's absolutely been jealous of the fact that Huxley is gifted with magic.
Oh my gosh, is Huxley my nemesis? Or not Huxley.
And your brother is now hunting you. Jealous of you, hates you, hunts you. And yeah, I think I'm going to put that right there with the jester too, and maybe they're the same person. Either that or he's hiring somebody. It might be a duo. But yeah, you are now hunted by something that absolutely... Jealousy is a very ugly thing. So now you are once again up at the top. And there is a good card still in here. Would you, Clack, like to take your odds? There is one good card, definitely. Again, well, it really depends on if it's upside down. If the good card's upside down, it's no longer good. So the question is, would you, Clack, like to draw a card?
I mean, I think we have to just finish this deck off, right?
Oh my God. Don't do that. Don't do that. Your odds are not in your favor. Are you going to do it? Are you drawing a card?
What do you think, Kitty?
I'm just giving top card at this point.
I mean, we got 3 left.
It's just going to be top
I'll
card.
take the last 2 if you take that one. I will take the last 2.
You just want to win?
I want to win.
Well, actually, here's the funny thing. The system goes, if he matches you right now, then you would draw one to get ahead, and he would draw and match.
I know. That's why I would take the last 2.
Okay, let's do it. I'll take 1 and she'll take 2.
She doesn't get to make that choice. I told you. The option is, right now, so Clack is saying he takes 1, and I said it would be the top card.
No, we are... No. Clark is making you a deal. Clark is saying he'll take 1 if you let me take 2.
Oh. What are you willing to give me to take your deal? What's in it for me, Clack?
The fact that Clark might ruin himself.
That was already going to happen.
It's oh my gosh, we have to finish this. What can I give you for clack?
Give me your highest ability score.
It's really high now, though.
We can make it really low.
Okay, you talked me out of it. We won't go after it. You won the thing.
All right, so Clack's card is the
I think
Flames.
he talked out of.
I'm backing out.
Oh,
Like,
Oh.
he was-
oh, he's just backing out of the whole thing. He's just okay. He's just letting you lead. Okay.
He doesn't want to give up his. Yeah, he doesn't want to give up his.
Okay. Cool. That would have been more for Malifor anyway. That would have been a good one for Malifor. All right.
Man, that would've-
Yeah, that one. So we are good. Character creation is now officially closed. There is nothing else. You guys have Monty Hall, the Monty Hall DM. I really feel like I'm the one that got taken advantage of. The deck of many things is supposed to be really, really scary. Have a lot of bad stuff, which it does. How players continue to be lucky on draws.
Things the deck of many character development creation.
Deck of many character creations, yes. But my point is that the numbers, anybody who knows the deck of many things, it's stacked against them. And character creation is supposed to be, when you use this, a frightening thing. It is. We saw some horrible things. But chat has been your back, covered you guys, loved you guys, protected you guys. And Huxley, despite being unlucky...
Oh, Wolfstan also wanted to offer the last chat inspiration to try and make it happen.
Oh, to make him draw that card?
Yeah, instead of him giving up his highest stat.
Tell you what. You give me all the inspiration, and I'll do that.
Now we wait.
Yep, now we wait 20 seconds for chat to be like, You know what we should do? If we were really smart, we would type some of this stuff in as we say it. Then they would get it right away.
That would be smart.
Yeah.
Would be what intelligent people do.
Yeah.
I'm not an intelligent person. Nobody
Ah.
ever accused me or Huxley of being intelligent.
I just lost something. What did I lose? Did my screen change? No. I don't know what went away. Oh, I think it was... No, it wasn't Sirenscape.
Wolfstead has agreed to give up all of his inspiration. And so has Rain.
All right, so...
all give up their inspiration.
All inspiration is now set to 0. So what's banked is gone. And in return, you get stuck with the card that you pulled.
Okay.
Which is the Flames, but it was in reverse. So don't feel like horrible. I'm not trying to stiff you over. The Flames in reverse actually gives you a very nice little benefit, which is you now have your Goblin skin is, and I believe it's resistance. Yes, you have fire resistance, like a Dragonborn. So you are naturally immune to fire. Not immune, sorry, resistant. Two different terms. Sorry. Immune would mean you take no damage. Resistance means you take half. So fire and flame spells, dude, they're half to you.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, that's why I said, boy, that would have been really cool for your shifter as well. I was like,
because it was going to be acid and not fire, so I wouldn't have had fire resistance ever.
yeah, we could have changed it. We could have done something like that. You know, we would have had fun. All right, so KitiDough.
Hi.
There are two cards. There are two cards here, KitiDough.
I have to take them both. That was a part of the deal.
No. Oh, was that what I was agreeing to? Oh, you got one over on the
So
devil.
Shuffle them up, flip them up, upside down, whatever you gotta do to fully shuffle them before you flip them both over for me.
Well, I'm gonna do them one at a time.
Okay.
You ready?
I'm ready.
I'm just keep shuffling them. You have the Sun. The Sun card is you may cast sunlight for... I can't tell what I wrote here. It's I think it's like you have the ability... Oh, no! If you stand in sunlight for 8 hours, if you stay in sunlight for a day, you remove all poison and curses. This is something that's part of who you are. If you spend a day in the sunlight, whatever you're cursed with or poisoned with gets burned off by the sun.
Nice. This is how he got over his addictions originally. He just stood in the sunlight. Little known fact.
That's it. Get drunk at night, wake up, sleep through the day, go get drunk at night again. And the last card is Star. Star. I did not finish filling that one in. That's still a blank. So, Star.
It's the same thing at day, but it's night instead. You just can't get cursed.
Done.
Really?
Yep.
No curse, no poison ever?
I really don't like that. That sounds wickedly overpowered. But you know. Oh.
No. Take your time. Think up something cool. I was just making fun and giggles.
No, I mean it makes sense to me.
I want something cool. Well, here's the thing: is it doesn't make sense entirely with his addictive personality. If he can never get poisoned or cursed, like.
Well, actually, what I was thinking was the fact that you can never get poisoned means you drink all the time because you can't get drunk. Like literally, you desire it so much, that feeling, but you are denied.
Huxley doesn't desire it. That's the problem. He's trying to get clean, but he keeps relapsing.
Okay. So yeah, it really doesn't fit with your character.
Yeah, no. He has an addictive personality that he's constantly fighting with.
The problem is it's upright, so it's got to be something good. And when I came up with all these, what can I do for the star? I'm open to suggestions. Anybody talking can make suggestions. Wish upon a star. I'm not giving a wish. These are about character creation. Something at night. Do we have any character races that are based around night? I'm trying to think of anything because
it's the dark races like
the drow.
The drow. So
Yeah.
there's drow things that could happen.
Yeah, but they get a lot of negatives like allergic to sunlight and stuff. I'm trying to think. I don't think they get any advantages for the dark. Blind sight. I can give Huxley blind sight, which normally you could get like through a feat, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's kind of balanced because again, these aren't supposed to be over the top things other than the deaths. The killer things are supposed to be over the top, but so yeah, you can have blind sight out to 30 feet. Which means
30 feet.
Yep, which means even in darkness.
Does that count in water? Is that like sonar? Boop, boop, boop.
No, it shouldn't, but I've never been asked that question, and technically, according to rules as written, yeah. Because it's just being based on light. So yeah, I guess rules as written, that would actually, blind sense would work out to 30 feet in water. Yeah. Cool. Well, this has been the over-the-top, not expected, really just powerful show. I want to thank you all. You guys made this like really something tonight. Oh, I totally forgot before when you rolled up your character to go back and show everybody your stats. I apologize about that, chat. So it's on the screen right now showing where he rolled his numbers for his character. And what did you choose to move for your stats? What did you take up to?
One of my 8s to a 6.
Okay.
And gave one of my 15s a 17.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay. Cool. So. Oh yeah, that's right.
It ended up being 17 strength, 15 con, 13 dex, and then.
And you said you're
6 goblin barbarian, so 6 int, 6 wisdom, 8 charisma.
Wow, this is like the ultimate barbarian roll up when you think about it. It really
I was
is.
gonna think he's Conan, but he's a goblin.
Dude, I am so gonna get you a Conan sword. You've got to take like great weapon master and stuff. Oh my god. With your strength, because you
classic barbarian.
I am gifting you just for being part of the show and because chat was so helpful. I am gifting your character a great sword.
Nice.
So you can drag around this massive sword or carry it over your shoulder. It's going to be like
too big for him.
Yeah, it's like a Final Fantasy thing where you see these guys carrying these epic big weapons, and you've got this huge greatsword. For all I know, you want to get rid of it. You make your character how you want, but that's my gift as a DM. And the greatsword is of epic quality. So there's a freebie gift for you just because Callie took so many... Huxley, I apologize. Huxley took so many hits. Oh my gosh, you guys
I
are...
believe you finished the whole deck. Oh my god. And I get to still, as my Goblin Barbarian, give none of us should be here, but especially not you. You have an ill omen about you. And I can go after Ribby all the time.
If Alex were smart, and Alex really is if he watches this stream, he's going to be like, every time I look at you, you look like somebody else, or something like that. Every time I think of you, I think you're this other...
Great. Yeah.
Alex is a really good player. We have some amazing players here. We really do. I always try to pick teams that I think will work well with each other so that the table is wholly wholesome and healthy. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by I'm seeing things in chat. And I'm like, ooh, what's that? That was amazing. We finished the deck. Yes, it was. Wow. And of course, chat still has the ability to take away some hits from both Huxley and Alex. I know Huxley's player, KitiDough, will have written all these things up for me because I don't really want to have to sit through the chat a second time or the thing and do it.
Nope, I got it. I've already got it written up on my little whatever sheet, and I will get that over to you.
One of the things that I'm thinking now, having very quickly done this with the chat in the stream, is that I think when we actually play, I'm going to probably do the same thing. I'm going to pull unless we're on a map where you don't have room on a map, but I will pull the chat from Twitch right onto the stream. That way it's like a permanent record because some other people were asking about it, and our chat people are so interactive with it. It just works. So I know you can rewatch this stuff on VOD, but
maybe we should talk to chat like, hey, we're trying to get your guys' input on this role, and that way, they get instead of getting it delayed, it gets it right away into chat so they can respond back to it.
Well, that's it. Yeah, we can type it right in. When we're talking about something, yeah, we just got to learn to start doing that. And that's where, again, the players, if I say something, man, just type it in chat. Be like, give it to them. Yeah. So awesome. I want to thank everybody in chat for being here tonight. This has been a really fun time. No need to do a slow breakout. KitiDough, what's going on? Do you have anything new art-wise coming out?
Yes, this Wednesday I will have a video going up that is perusing through some of my art that I've done at school. So there's that to look forward to. I'm also working on a bigger animation that is in the works, though. I don't know if that'll be out next Wednesday or the Wednesday after that, but that's also something to look forward to. All dealing with fears, specifically rational fears.
Cool. Very cool. And how about you, Colton? Anything new coming up with your stream?
We got some really, really interesting things. So I haven't streamed because I was building up kind of a role play content for my character in GTA. Mm-hmm. And we have some really big things happening. We're doing kind of like a Grey's Anatomy at a recycle center
okay.
thing. So it's kind of like, like there's a boss and, there's all this drama and conflict in between everybody. And there's like 5 or 6 of us all kind of streaming. And my character is established enough now where I feel like I constantly could put out content for people to watch. So that's pretty much, that's what I've been working on that way. I saw there was some new Adventure League module stuff kind of getting released, and I was thinking about setting something up for like a Saturday or Sunday viewing for that. So I'm pretty excited about that too. I really enjoy playing with newer players, and what I really like is when a new person to role playing has that spark, that moment when they get what we're doing finally. You know what I mean? Where they're like, oh, we're playing a character. This isn't a video game, And that switch happens. It's such a great moment.
Amen. Yeah, they really are. Good stuff. So, can we can't tune into that and watch that, though, can we?
There's people right now, yeah, that are doing it. If you want to see any Grand Theft Auto roleplay, I can link you one of the people in the Recycle Center doing it right now.
Absolutely. Throw that up in the stream chat so that people, if they want to go look at it and whatnot, can do that. But otherwise, I want to thank y'all for being here tonight. Wow, I can't believe we filled up an entire show with just one player. But you know what? It was awesome. And then Colton came in. It became 2 players. And really, they have this phrase Buffalo Bills came up with, 12th man for football and whatnot, talking about how the audience is really part of the team. And that's exactly what we have here at Plot Points. You are all amazing. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart because you, as the audience, made this so much fun. You changed the characters. Literally, you built up Remy the other night, helped him today, and then crushed him down. Wow. You are part of this team. So thank you for blessing our players. Thank you for guarding them too, so that the players really feel that you're a part of the team with them. And we're all here to have a good time. We're here to laugh. We're here to watch tragic things happen. Character deaths happen. But really, we bounce back from them. And like that, Clack the Barbarian is now born with a epic sword. And I have no idea what epic story I got. He's got to get me a background toot sweet so that I can weave him into the story too. So, God bless you all. Have a great night. Thank you for being part of the show. Happy gaming. God bless you, friends.